previous video that was presented by my partner, she explained what probability is and how to present probability in graphs. So on my part, we will talk about probability in normal distribution. Probability in normal distribution. The normal distribution by the language used to describe the normal distribution which has an area under its curve that is equal to 1 and can be divided into sections by drawing a line through it that corresponds to a z-score. This allows us to interpret the areas under the normal curve as probabilities that corresponds to z-scores. So, a normal distribution has an area under its curve. This is the area under its curve that is equal to 1 or 100%. It can be split into sections by drawing a line through it that corresponds to the z-score. So, this one. Because of this, we can interpret areas under the normal curve as probabilities that corresponds to z-score. So what is a z-score? Z-score is also called as the standard score, which has both positive in this side, positive, and the negative value. So these are the negative value. So let's look at figure number 2. So let's look at figure number 2. As you can see, there is an area between z negative 1 or z negative 1, so this, and z1, this one. As said, this area of the curve is 68%, so it is written here that this area is 68%. So this blue shaded area is the 68% chance of selection. Let's move to figure number 3. As you can see, As you can see, this curve was broken into slices by a line drawn through it at 1.25. So this is the line that breaks the two sections. So this line creates two sections that, as you can see, called as the body and the tail. So body is the larger section. This is the larger section, so that is the body. And the smaller section is the tail, so this part. We should always remember that whichever side it is, the bigger is always the body. So for example, we will put the z-score here at 1. So whatever side it is, so since diri na to gibutang, diri nga part ang gamay. So this one is the tail, while this one here is the table. So let me explain it clearly. So if we try to put a line here at 1, so the tail is the smaller part, so mauni siya. And this will become the body. Okay? So in finding the area under the normal curve in any body or tail, we always use the z-scores to define them. So if we have the z-scores line in the figure, it has a z-score of 1.25. So as you can see here, the line was put at 1.25. So this line represents our z-scores. So nasa 1.25 ang ato ang z-score. So z-scores can be presented as it's either 1.25, 2.36, 1.58, and many more. So like I said, in order for us to get the value of this area under the normal curve, we need the z-table. So we have here in the next the z-table. So in order to use the z-table, we need our z-scores. let's use the given example. So our z-score here is 1.62 as said here. It's 1.62. So to get this, mura siya katong stem and leaf na gimension atong previous reporters. We need to get the stem, which is na din nga side, which is nakabutang sa left side sa chart. So this is the stem. So 1.62, ang stem ani is 1.60. So 1.62. So kuhaon nato ni first as stem. So mahimo siya 1.60. Since kani siya is di pa man siya apilon, so mahimo sa na siyang 0. Okay? 1.60. Next is the leaf, which is naa sa upper part of the table. Mao ni siya ang leaf. So the number na nabilin sa ato is 2. We should always remember na dili wala ang decimal points, which made this 0.02, diba? 1.62 man to siya kagani nga gikuha na to ang stem. So mabilin is ang 0.02. Okay? Next is after nato makita, we will find the number na macross sa duha ka values. So makita nito ang 1.60 and ang 0.02 kaganiha. So as you can see here, it is 0.9474, or in other hand, ang 9474, 0.9474, kung i-multiply nimo siya by 100, mahimo siya 94.74%. Another example. If we will find the value of our z-score 0.55. So ang atong kuhaan muna is ang stem. So mahimo siya 0.5 or 0.50. So we'll find 0.50 here in our stem. So nara ang 0.50. Next is naay nabilin nga kaning 5. So kani siya is di na to wala ang iyahang decimal value, so mahimo siya 0.05. So pangitaon na to ang 0.05 diri sa ibabaw, which is naara. Ang atong buhaton is ang 0.50 atong maghimutag straight line, and ang 0.5 atong i-cross. So kung asa sila magtagbo, mao na ang value sa ato ang z-score. So ang value diri nga nakita is 0.7088, na kung i-multiply nato siya by 100, may mo siya 70.88%. Another example. If ang atong z-score is 1.37, so ato siyang pangitaon na pod. First is atong pangitaon ang stem. Naa siya dire. So 1.37, so mahimo siya 1.3 or 1.30, which is naa siya dire makita. Next, ang nabilin nga 7. So ang nabilin is 0.07. So naa siya dire Ang uto na pambuhaton is itagbo silang duha. So ang value nga atong makuha is 0.9147. As you can see here, 0.9147. Nga kung atong i-multiply by 100, mahimo siya 91.47%. So I will give the last example. If ang z-score nato is 1.71, atong kuhaon ang stem first, which is 1.7 or 1.70, which is nara. Next is we will find the leaf, which is 0.01, which is naa dire. So kung ato siyang itagbo, tara and nara. So ang ato ang value nga makuha is 9564. So 0.9564 as you can see here. 0.9564 na kung i-multiply nimo by 100 mahimo siya 95.64. So let's move to figure number 5. As you can see, there are two shaded areas. Here, two shaded areas with the values of negative 1.96, which is nara, negative 1.96, and positive 1.96. So the left side is the negative, as you can see here, and the right side is the positive. These two are tails with the values of, ang value ani is sa Z-score is, di ba gitudloan ta naman mo sa kaganiya kung unsaon pagkuha ang Z-scores. Ang negative value, ang value ani sa negative nga part is equal to 0.0250. While ang sa positive naman, ang value ani is positive 1.96. Ang value ani is 0.9750. So in order to get the total value of the tails, para magkuha na to kung unsa ang exact value aning duha ka tails, we have to get the value of the tail on the positive side. So ato sang dapat kuhaon ang value sa positive side nga tail. So let me explain it further. All you have to do is, as I said before, the center of the curve has a value of 1. So this one, value ane is 1 or 100%, or kani siya whole ane is 1 or 100%. So para makuha nato ang value sa ani, you have to subtract the value ani sa Z-score, which is 0.975 sa 1 from 1. So 1 minus 0.9750 is equal to 0.0250. Diba, as you noticed, ang kani kaganiha, ang value ani from the Z-scores pa lang is 0.0250. So ang result pod ani katong pag minus nato siya sa 1 and its Z value, mahimo siya same value, which is 0.250. So in order nato para makuha ni silang duha, you have to add the current value ani, which is 0.0250, and the value ani diri, which is 0.250. So 0.250, or I mean wrong, 0.0250 plus 0.0250, ang mahimo nga value niya is 0.0500. So ang value aning duha is 0.0500. So kung ato na siyang i-turn na to siya into percent, you have to multiply 0.0500 times 100. So ang value niya is mahimog 5%. So mao lang to siya, and thank you for your time.